Hey guys, today we're going to be reviewing a Gold 2 player's profile on the NA server, and they're wanting to go from Gold 2 to Diamond. So I break down everything they need to do to get there. Currently they're a Darius one trick, so let's get into what I go through in this profile review so you can see if you want to keep watching. Now, just before we go in, if you notice my eyebrow, I made a very poor choice on the decision. On the weekend, I made a very poor decision where I did get my eyebrow hacked off by a friend who said they knew how to do eyebrow slits. Don't ask why I wanted an eyebrow slit in the first place. But yeah, let's get into this profile review and basically what I'm going to be covering. So the first one is making tough choices. How to make that tough choice to break that, stuck mentality or that inability to climb a higher rank. So, you've been Gold 2 for a while, like maybe a few weeks or a month, and it doesn't feel like you're progressing, making those tough choices. So giving up your main champion, that's the tough choice we look at in this profile view. So what are the options on if you have to give up that champion that you've played, 100 out of 170 games on, or you're a one trick, how to give up that champion as an option, or how to change that champion's playstyle for improvement. Second one is climbing from Gold 2 to the top 6, so basically being in the top 16%, to trying to climb to Diamond, which is the top 2% of your region, is really hard, but it's not impossible. Going from the top 16% in anything, like think running, think soccer, think rugby, think math, think English, think university, think anything. Going from the top 16% to the top 2% is a massive improvement. So you can't expect to be doing what you're doing right now as a Gold 2 player and get to Diamond. So I break this down and I simplify it in terms that make sense for a Gold 2 player wanting to get to Diamond, and make it realistic that, hey, not everyone can be Diamond. 98% of League of Legends players never get to Diamond on their accounts. So I make that realistic. I showcase, what you need to do to go from Gold to Diamond, but I also put it in the context of, hey, we have lives, we have other things we want to do in life, so you need to make sure that, yes, your goal might be to get Diamond, but if it doesn't align with your commitment to League of Legends, don't set yourself up for disappointment. Be realistic about your outcomes. Third one, three major keys to climbing from any rank, so point A, to another rank that's higher, point B. First one, volume of games. If you're looking to get great success, so top 16% to top 2%, you need to be playing quite a lot of games. Second one is win rate. What is the exact win rate you need to climb from Gold to Diamond? There's basic principles here that I apply and showcase in this profile view. And then what is your improvement process? You can't be expecting to do the same things you were doing yesterday, tomorrow, and expecting different results. Because one, the meta's always changing. Two, your playstyle will get stagnant. Three, everyone else around you, I guarantee you, is doing something to improve. So you need to figure out what your improvement process is, what works best for you. Is it statistical analysis? Is it reviewing your gameplay? Is it just reflecting after every game? Is it watching other educational content? You got to figure out what your improvement process is, and you need to make it as consistent as playing the game itself. So yes, volume and grinding League of Legends is one way to improve, but also looking, analyzing, and reflecting on your gameplay is arguably, if not just as valuable, if not more valuable than just playing the game itself. Particularly as a Gold 2 player who's been playing multiple seasons. And then the fourth one is what I would literally do in Tim's shoes if I was Gold 2 wanting to get to Diamond based on his current profile view. So exactly everything I would do as Tim to get to Diamond with his current account. So that's cool. Hope you guys enjoy the profile review, and yeah, keep watching, and I hope you find value from these profile reviews. So currently you are Gold 2. And you want to get to Diamond. You're on a 49% win rate, and you've played about 170 ranked games, and you Gold 2 44 LP. So you finished last season Plat 4. So obviously we'd be a little bit disappointed that you're not back in Plat yet, but there's some really kind of obvious areas that we can look at and really find solutions to your problems quite quickly, just with some simple statistical analysis. So what can we first see that's going wrong here? So we look at your top 7 most played champions. What do we see that's a problem? So when we're looking to climb, particularly when we're looking to get to, let's say, diamond to gold, we need basically a positive win rate. And for gold 2 to get to diamond, you need to be getting about a 55% win rate, and you need to be playing about 400 to 500 ranked games a season. That's realistic. Yes, you'll have anomalies where you might, somehow get a 60% win rate over 200 games, but it's very unlikely and it's very hard to plan for. So I'm going to try and give you really realistic advice that's actually practical and applicable to the everyday league player. That's not applicable to, someone smurfing from unranked to challenger. It's actually applicable to a gold/plat player trying to get into diamond that makes sense and is realistic based on their situation. So firstly, the biggest thing is 170 games, volume of games is a little bit low from getting from gold to diamond. Now, if you were already Plat 4 this season, I'd say, yep, okay, you're on a pretty good track. But because this win rate's been so low, you're not even at your previous season's rank, which is a problem. And it's not an unsolvable problem. But it is important to understand that this is going to affect your climb in the future. It's not a death sentence, and it doesn't mean you're hard stuck, Tim, but it does mean it's going to be harder to climb. And that's important to remember. So what do we need? What do we need for success to get to diamond from gold 2 in your situation? Basically, you need to play about, 300 to 400 more games this season, and get this win ratio up to 55% as soon as possible. So, the volume of games is a problem, right? Because if your life's too busy, it's tough. And getting to diamond's tough. You got to remember that diamond is the top pretty much 1 to 2% of your region. So getting to diamond is not an easy accomplishment, and 98% of league players never actually get to diamond. So that's a really small percentage of players that actually get to diamond. So we've got to be realistic when we go, well, okay, if I'm someone who can only play, 1 or 2 games a day, I just like to play Darius, I like to have fun, I'm not that focused on improvement, you got to understand that in your personal situation, in your context, Tim, it might not be realistic for you to get to diamond because the sacrifices you have to make or the changes you have to make are too big for your lifestyle and how you want to play league and how often you can play league. Everyone's got uni, game, work, homework, school, girlfriends, boyfriends, partners, friends, places they want to be. So you got to understand in your context of, is diamond realistic? Can I play enough games to get diamond? Can I play realistically 400 to 500 games a season? Now, you won't have to play that every season because once you get to diamond, it's very easy to get back there. But for going from gold to diamond, you're going to need to play a lot of games. So that's the first factor, volume of games. We need to get that right. The second one is that win rate. So that 55% win rate. Right now we're on 49%. How do we get to 55%? Firstly, we use op.gg. We look at the champions delivering us good win rates and bad win rates, and we make an assessment based off your personal situation. Now, I am going to give you recommendations based on what I would do if I wanted to get this account from gold 2 to diamond. Now, what I want you to do is understand my decisions and my choices in the thought process and how it works in relation to you as a person and realistically what you can do and how you want to play League of Legends. So remember that. Now, before I actually go into that, I want to say there's one way that could be really quick for you to get to diamond, and this isn't, like a get rich quick scheme or, buy a Smurf account from my site. There's nothing like that. I don't do boosting. I don't sell accounts, but an alternate could be to start a fresh account, but you will need to build a strategy for it. So I'm going to quickly give you a little strategy of how I would get this account from gold 2 to diamond. And remember, this strategy will be able to be applied on a new account, and you will actually theoretically be able to get to diamond quicker on the new account with this strategy if you apply it with the same dedication as you would on this account. So if you were to tomorrow decide, I'm going to do everything Dylan says in this profile view, and let's say you split yourself into two people. One of your splits did everything I say on this account, and the other split did everything on the new account. The new account will get to diamond quicker than this one. Why? Because it's got a fresh MMR. League doesn't actually know where to place that account. So if you go in with a strategy that's going to get you a 55% win rate average, you're going to climb from unranked to diamond in about 200 to 300 games. So you're looking at about an average of 100 games less, which is really important, particularly for people who are time poor. So every piece of advice I'm going to give you is relevant for whether you stay with this account, because you might have skins, probably have masteries on this account. You don't want to give this account up, and I understand that. I think that's fine. But just understand that the advice I'm going to give you is applicable to both this account and if you start a new account. So the first thing we notice is your top 7 most played champions. Only 2 of your top 7 most played champions have a positive win rate. Now, I define a positive win rate as anything above 50%, but not including 50%. So we look at your Darius, for example, 50%. We look at your Jax, 60%. We look at your Shen, 100%. Then we see Cho'Gath, 50. Tryndamere, 40. Mordekaiser, 25. Ari, 25. And yes, you probably don't play these champions much, and clearly you're a Darius main. But Tim, you need to make a really critical choice on how you want to play League of Legends right now. I can see that last season, Darius got you that win rate that you needed. A 55% win rate. Perfect. But this season, something has changed. I can tell, your KDA is better than this season. It's hard to tell what your CS is. CS 6.8, CS 6.8. So it doesn't look like your skill level has changed on Darius too much, which could be a problem in itself, because every season players get better on average. But you need to make a choice right now about, okay, I've played 100 games on Darius and I'm at a 50% win rate. I need to get this account as quickly as possible to a 55% win rate. Right now, is Darius going to be able to deliver me that outcome? Now, you can base that on subjective information, like, these first 100 games were just unlucky. It's been coin flip every time. But what happens if we go to 200 games played on this account and you're still at a 50% win rate? We're not going to be climbing very quickly. So you need to make the choice right now, and based on the objective data, 100 games is a really good sample size. We can tell that Darius isn't working for you this season. Now, this doesn't mean we have to stop playing Darius, but it means we have to change the way we play Darius. So we have to figure out what we're doing wrong in these games. One of them I would suggest is this kill participation. So if you're looking for quick areas to improve, having only an average of 34% kill participation as a top laner is way too low. Because you think about it, if you're only in 34% of your team's kills, you are leaving 66% of your team's kills up to coin flip, up to chance, up to literally their ability to get kills without you affecting that kill at all directly. Now, that's got to sink in for a second, Tim, because that's really important. That's probably the key reason as to why this win rate is at 50% and not 55%, because you're not impacting the map enough with your champion. Now, this could be for a variety of reasons, but I would almost put it down to autopiloting. You've gotten too comfortable with Darius and you've picked up bad habits that you don't know how to fix. Now, there are a few ways to look at this. Firstly, you got to understand Darius's champion identity. He can't really go teleport because his kit doesn't really allow him to. So you pretty much have to go ghost every time. So that automatically reduces your ability to get kill participation because you cannot teleport. But what it does mean is that you need to win your lane effectively as soon as possible, and then look to extend your lead as quickly as possible. We know Darius is a lane bully, but split pushing isn't really the meta at the moment. So what we need to do is we need to win our lane as Darius, and we need to influence mid lane, jungle, and bot lane however we can. Bot lane's very hard to do without TP, but jungle and mid lane are really realistic. So you need to be looking at how you can impact your jungler and your mid laner. Whether that's warding better, whether that's roaming after every wave, whether that's if you're 3-0 up, quickly look at going mid lane, sacrificing a bit of CS for the greater good of your team, because you averaging a 34% win rate is a direct contributor to why this is at a 50% win ratio. It's a direct contributor as to why your overall win rate's 49%, and it's a direct contributor to why you're gold 2, even though you're plat 4. You finished plat 4 last season. So you haven't become a worse player. The meta has just shifted and it's not in your favor of your champion anymore. Now that's the first tip. The second tip is you can start getting game reviews. So you can do game reviews on your own. You can do game reviews with a friend. So if you've got a top laner who, is a similar rank to you, and you go, hey mate, I'll do a game review of yours. Can you do a game review of mine? Focus on my bad habits. Focus on how I can roam more. That's a really good way. And then third, you can get a coach. I do VOD reviews as a service. So if you're interested in those, once you've watched this, let me know. And we can go through a couple of Darius games or even segments of the game. So we can look at your early game, we can look at your mid game, or we could look at your late game in singular sessions and break out what's going wrong, what bad habits you have as a Darius main, and how we can break those down and set you up for that 55% win rate, success, and goal. So there are some options. The third option is don't stop playing Darius. Now, I don't think that's realistic for you, but I'm giving you all those three options. So the first one is figure out how to get in more fights. The second one is start doing VOD reviews. And the third one is stop playing Darius. Now, the first two can be done together, and that will implement a really good improvement strategy. And then the third one, stop playing Darius. It's pretty straightforward. You just stop playing Darius. But I don't think that's realistic for someone who has played this many Darius games. But it is an option if you're up for that. And the reason I say it's an option is because I see two champions in your champion pool with potential. I see your Jax at a 60% win rate, and I see your Shen at a 100% win rate. Now, these are very small data sets. So I don't want to say that Jax and Shen are guaranteed champions to get you that, 55% win rate that you need to climb to Diamond over, 300, 400 games. But they are showing potential. And potential is important in a situation like yours, Tim, because you're old reliable. Your Darius, who got your 55% win rate last season, isn't your old reliable champion that you can just go back to, fall back on as a crutch and get that really nice win rate with. So we need to start looking for other options. And this aligns with the third option, but it also aligns with the first two. So maybe while you're looking to improve Darius, you take it to a Smurf account, or you take it to FlexQ, or you take it to normals while you're trying to build up your Darius playstyle. You're trying to rebuild it. You're starting from the bottom and you're trying to reconstruct how you play Darius. So you might be nervous to play it in ranked, and I think that's fine. That's a legitimate strategy. Take it to a second account, break it down, and rebuild it. Or you can keep playing Darius, and while you're improving on him, you also start feeding in Shen and Jax into your gameplay. I think Shen's a really good pick right now. I think he's a really good pick because you can go flash TP. So you get 2 teleports on Shen, which is amazing for top lane impact. I personally play Shen a lot in top lane when I want to influence the map. Having 2 global TPs is insane for map pressure, and it's insane for top laners to have impact on the game. So if you're looking for more impact, if you're sick of coin flips, if you're deep down your heart that Darius's playstyle just isn't really working for you at the moment, and for your ability to climb, I would really suggest going 100% into Shen. Invest time into Shen, and again, you can learn him on a second account. So you can keep playing Darius on this account if you want to learn Shen on a second account. Or you can take the risk because you've got 100% win rate on him over 7 games. So it seems like there's some skill level there. You can just jump straight into Shen and start spamming him. Play 30, get this to 50 games and see where this win rate's at. See if you can get this win rate at 55% or above. And then if after 40, 50 games, you've gotten it to 55%, you go, well, okay, I'm going to put my Darius on the bench now and I'm going to play more Shen. That's an option. The other option is play 20 to 30 games on Shen on a second account or in flex queue, measure your results, and if you get a 55% plus win rate, you go, oh, sick, my hypothesis is right. Shen is a really good pick for me at the moment. I'm now going to bring him into my main account and I'm going to climb to diamond with him. And perfect, you've got your problem solved. Now, the problem with this is obviously if you don't like Shen, well, this strategy sucks. So I'm trying to give you multiple options here, Tim, of multiple routes you can take. I personally would go for the route of trying Shen because I personally like Shen and I know he's quite good. I know he's good in gold. I know he's good in plat. I know he's good in diamond. So I personally would just go with the Shen hypothesis. Now, I would probably play maybe 10 to 20 games on a Smurf account if I was you. If I was actually you, I would action this exactly the following. I would get a secondary account and I would play at least 20 games on Shen, measure my win rate, measure my CS per minute, measure my kill participation, and measure my KDA. Make sure it's well. So KDA, you want to be at least 3 plus. So right now you're in a 5.27, but you want to be at least 3 KDA plus. CS 5.5 to 6.5 is fine on Shen because you're teleporting a lot. And then kill participation, you want to be aiming for about a 45 to 50%, 55% kill participation. So there's some benchmarks for Shen that you should be aiming for if you're wanting to test him. And that's what I would do personally. I would then look after those 20 to 30 games. Okay, Shen, I've got a 57% win rate on him over 30 games. Sweet. I'm going to bring him into my top lane and I'm going to play the shit out of him and I'm going to play him to diamond. That's what I would do personally. Now, I've given you a lot of advice here, Tim, and there's multiple avenues for you to go. I've given you the recommendation I would go for, and I've given you the goals you want. Now, 2 services that I can give you that can help you improve, and this is only if you're interested in continued paid services. The first one is a climbing action plan. So basically, I track your statistics monthly using Riot's API system. So I track goal difference at 15. I track damage dealt per minute. I check your damage dealt compared to your enemy top laner. I check kill participation, and I measure it month on month for you to show whether you're progressing in key improvement areas or you're degressing in key improvement areas. And each month, using whether you're going up or going down in certain areas, I provide you focus areas to improve on your gameplay, and I give you tasks that you need to complete in order to improve that gameplay. So it's almost like a blueprint to climbing, and I get to follow you for the whole journey. So I get to follow you for that journey of point A, gold 2, to point B, diamond. And I've done this multiple times with this service. So if you're interested in that, that's a monthly service where I track your data and I give you feedback every month on what you need to do for the next month to get to the next goal. And the beauty of it is that I get to break down your progress. So it's not the idea of making you from a gold/plat player into a diamond player overnight. No, it's going, okay, you're gold 2 right now. Let's get you playing like a gold 1 player. Okay, you got to gold 1. Let's get you playing like a plat 4 player. Okay, you're in plat 4. Let's getting you playing like a plat 3 player. And the philosophy is if you are always playing better than average on your against your direct lane opponent, and if you're always playing better than the average of your elo, you will naturally climb. That's how League of Legends works. It's all about, yes, there'll be games where you'll get a tilter or a rager or an AFKer, but if you are always playing better than your opponent, you are eventually going to start winning more games. It's only a matter of time. It's statistically impossible not to. So, don't believe your hard stack, don't believe coin flip games. This is all lies and excuses made by people who can't climb. Don't believe that. You have potential to carry if you're always playing better than your average. That's the first one. The second one, and I mentioned this earlier, are game reviews or VOD reviews. So if you think there's problems in your Darius gameplay and you think, yes, this profile review is part of the picture of solving this, but I actually need to look at my laning phase. I need to look at roam timers. I need to look at how to get to mid lane. I need to look at how to help my jungler. That's where game reviews come in. And again, there's 3 ways to do game reviews. You can do them on your own, you can do them with a friend, or you can do them with a coach. If you're trying to do it on your own or with a friend, I'd really suggest, going to YouTube or going to Google and or even Reddit r/Summoner School and looking up how to review my own games, League of Legends. And you're going to find a plethora of content on how to do it. The most important thing is that you're consistent. So you can't just review one game once and expect you're going to solve all your problems. Because that game, chances are it's an anomaly. You need to be reviewing, I would say in your situation, one game a week. So, spend a Sunday afternoon reviewing one game. One game a week and really focus on one aspect of the game. So maybe just focus on your early game. Or even in one session, you focus on like 3 different games, but you just focus on the first 10 minutes, your laning phase, and figure out what you did right, what you did wrong, and what you can do better. That's what I recommend for you. That's all I've got to say, Tim. Gold 2 to Diamond, it's not impossible. I've seen it done before, and I've helped coach players get there before plenty of times. You are just at a really big deciding factor at the moment on this account as to whether you keep playing Darius or you try something new. I cannot make that decision for you, Tim, but if I was in your situation, I would give that Shen strategy a go and really go hard at it, track the results, and then make a decision on, yes, I'm going to go for Shen, or no, let's stick to Darius. I've played so many games on him. Let's invest the time to reconstruct my gameplay on him and play to be a better Darius player that gets in more fights. That's basically the identity you need to change on your Darius. A Darius player that gets in more fights than only 34% of their kills. So Tim, I hope you've enjoyed this profile review. If you're interested in the climbing action plan, or if you're interested in game reviews with me, or if you just want to ask me any questions about what I've said, you might not agree with what I said, or you do agree, please, once you've watched this, hit me up on Discord and we can discuss anything you want to do via chat. The other thing is, if you like my content, I post a lot of my VOD reviews on my YouTube channel. So simply just click the subscribe button below and you can get there. I also stream on Twitch occasionally, and I have a community Discord which has heaps of free coaching advice on it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the profile view, and please, once you've watched this, reach out to me and let's chat. So cheers, good luck on the rift, Tim, and I hope to talk to you soon, mate.